Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dead Cells, where I finally did the thing I've been saying I was going to do. I went back and looked at some of the previous episodes and figured out about how much health we have with the various builds. I saw a purple build, a run where we got purple to the giant in the high 20s, or like they were all like in the 27 to 30 point of our main stat range. The purple build had like 7,500 health, and one of the red builds I saw had like 17k, so there's a difference. There's a pretty significant difference. What I would like to do today is get a green build played the way we are currently playing, all the way to the giant, just to see where that stacks up relative to the others, and this tube looks like it might help us get there. There is effectively only one green item in here, but it's an S-rank repeater crossbow, and that might be good enough, honestly. Well, we'll get some other stuff. I mean, obviously this is going in the backpack. And then we're just taking some off-color stuff. An emergency door... the thing about the emergency doors, I'm pretty sure this is going to turn out to just be a funny... a funny item more than an effective item. But it is true that the does X when destroyed trait is going to be way more valuable on the door than it is on turrets. And, you know, it's a stun. It's a source of stunning, and it's very much within the game's systems. I think it's an extremely funny item. I like very much that it exists. I really wish that those guys would do their thing just a little bit slower. We can probably handle this guy, right? Knock knock! Haha, got him. He was unprepared for that. It's a very funny idea. Whoever came up with that idea at the studio should get a raise. So, like, root is the most powerful status effect, right? Well, no, that's not true. Stun is the most powerful status effect, but there really aren't a lot of stuns available. In fact, this door might be the only, like, reliable source of stun that we've ever seen. Occasionally, you get a very, very slow swinging green weapon that has the stun enemies on hit trait. I think it can only occur on the really slow green weapons. Because it would be bananas powerful on anything faster. And unfortunately, it just doesn't really feel like it does anything on those green weapons, because obviously, if you hit the enemy in the first place, you're probably good. That was probably the whole battle right there. But being able to generate a stun whenever we want on other enemies is definitely compelling. Let's bring this guy down here. Please just die. I hate it when we run into an elite in our path. You know what? Even though this does have an on-color stat point, I'm going to keep the other one for the damage reduction. That's how much I like that projectile damage reduction. Yeah, I do always hate it when we run into an elite when we're desperately trying to combo. So close to the end of our combo. Okay, you stay right there. It is likely we are coming back for you. I guess if I think it's likely I'm coming back for that, I should probably activate the teleporter over here, because that will be the fastest way to get that, probably. You know, I wonder if it's worth buying the map and carrying it with you, like, all the way to the cavern, and then using it to avoid all kinds of trouble in the cavern, just only fight as much as you have to. I suppose the real answer is just get better at fighting the guys in the cavern, right? Alright, this food is always malaised? Is that what we've seen on this difficulty? No, it is not. I think it's usually malaised. That's pretty cool. I feel like we're getting a little bit spoiled here. The game is being very kind. Alright, well, there's that combo. Managed to get to kill 15 or so enemies simultaneously there. I was trying to wait until the, I jumped, and then I saw the shadow of the invisible guy, and I was like, well, hold on, just pause in the air for a second here. Let him get in front of you. But that created a whole problem with the rat timing, and just not ideal. That said, we have two malaise removal just laying on the ground waiting for us, and we had already gotten our combo, so I'm not too broken up about it. If that's the most embarrassing thing that happens to me today, I'll take it. 3 malaise removal. It feels like an omen. It feels like a good omen. Also, this weapon. This weapon, I always feel a little bit lucky when we get to start with a repeater crossbow. Take that, all of my enemies. I love the door very much. It's probably not any good, but it's such a good idea. I'm gonna try to stop gushing about how much fun I think the door item is, but I can't promise it's gonna happen. Ooh, fun guitar. All right, we're gonna stick with the repeater crossbow because like today we're on a certain kind of fact-finding mission today, and it's going to require us to do a good job. So I'm going to keep the weapon that I think is objectively one of the best weapons in the game. Is there a whole lot else to do here? Not really. All right, let's go back and start cleaning up all this food. We'll take one of the cherries and sell the watermelon and the other cherry. Oh, I whiffed the platform. That one's not an omen. You can tell when something's an omen because it's good. And anything that's positive is an indicator of how the run's going to go. And anything that's negative is a fluke. It's just an accident. Doesn't mean anything. The other one's just, yeah, right over here. Oh, hey. Once again, as always. Backtracking. Very helpful. Alright, let's get to that Arboretum. So it seems like there's an important bit of variance in a run. I mean, first of all, obviously there's challenge rooms and the occasional non-guaranteed curse chest. And that is just like free extra stat points. But I was realizing, looking through the HP amounts on old runs, that there's a really significant variance in your stats just based on what color the 2-color scrolls you find are, because they can be your main color, which obviously is a huge deal. But even just like how your off colors stack up ends up mattering a lot to your final HP. I think we're just gonna take the better. We'll replace the cudgel shield we have in our backpack with this one, because like one of those red runs was like 17,000 HP, and another run where we got to the giant and we were red was only about 11, and that's like a huge difference. 6,000 HP that's a number that is meaningful. I very nearly stopped at that's a number, which I think probably you all already knew. Nobody was going to look at 6,000 written on a piece of paper and say, "Oh, that's a nice drawing of a hat." That is, in fact, a number. What am I talking about? I mean, my brain's in kind of a weird place today. I don't know if you've noticed. I mean, first of all, I'm thinking about all that spelunky. All that spelunking we're going to get to do so very soon. I'm actually really excited, and I'm super annoyed about the console exclusivity for 2 weeks thing. Like, I'm sure... Ow, that's bad. That's a bad damage. I'm sure a lot of money changed hands there, right? I'm sure Derek Yu is getting funded, and, like, good for him. Honestly, he deserves it. But it sucks that I have had to, like, be kind of unplugged from a lot of spaces that I like to be plugged into on the internet for 2 weeks, because part of the joy of a game like Spelunky is discovery, and a lot of the people that I would ordinarily be listening to already have and are playing Spelunky. It's like a really good way to make sure that a huge portion of your audience, and I don't know what percentage of the Spelunky audience is PC versus console, but it's a pretty good way to make sure like a huge chunk of your audience either has to form this negative association that I'm forming, or just has to have less fun with the game because by the time they get to it, it's been explored all the way already. Bad. It's bad news. Surprise! Consoles. Bad for the video game industry. Who would have thought? I cannot believe that little dude did not get rooted by the root arrows. That absolutely, definitely hit him. It's a huge bummer for everybody. as you can probably tell from the thing I just said, I have some pretty strong opinions about consoles and the way consoles affect the video game business and the things that the console makers, especially Sony and Microsoft, basically just Sony and Microsoft, do that are harmful to the industry as a whole in order to make additional money off of an audience that is largely children. And I try not to say that stuff out loud because I don't want to get into fights with weird fanboys about it. But every once in a while it slips out because I feel it so strongly, it just overflows. Boils up out of my mouth. Okay, so there is an elite down below us. We're going to go around him for right now. There's lots and lots and lots of enemies in this biome. There's no reason to think that we are too late to get our combo going. But we do have to be just a little bit cautious. We can only afford so many screw-ups. Alright, is this an upgrade over my ice grenade? I guess? Yeah, it has room for one more trait on it. And frankly, I don't need the upon thawing, the enemy bleeds, as much as I need the freeze other nearby enemies, etc. I think that the set of traits on this second grenade are really... It's a very impressive set. Alright, show me a lot of easy-to-kill enemies. Yeah, that's a good start. Man, just one little friend, huh? Don't worry, I'll ease the pain. If they go into shield mode after the root, they still take the root damage over time. It doesn't actually help them at all. It just means they die a little tiny bit slower. And when you think about it, it's very grim. It's a very grim thing. This whole game, really. Wall-to-wall grimness. So... okay, we still have a lot of space over here. I think we're probably just going to end up having to go to the other half of the level without finishing off that elite, though. Yeah, we'll take on that platform when we come back. Probably that particular elite with this particular weapon is not a real threat. But why risk it? Yeah, that's exactly the kind of shenanigans that I didn't want to have to deal with. Well, there goes our combo, and potentially our hopes for a combo at all? There's enough enemies left on the other half of the thing. We're not... Huh. Once again, just not rooted. I think the, annoying. I think the other little guys must have blocked it with their shield mode nonsense. Oh, we're gonna come out of here with a very small combo indeed. Oh, they're right. That's not actually... You know, when we're standing next to it, our foot is in front of the wall. Ooh, hello. Which sort of implies that there's an opening there, but right, it's like that because that was a rune that we broke off. Well, we may as well do this, right? Very little at risk here. I think we're gonna stick with it for now. I would really love to not end up spending a flask charge before leaving the Arboretum. It's not the end of the world if we have to. But gosh, it would be nice not to have to. Look at me, being patient. Sometimes not acting immediately, and as such, not getting my head bashed in. This is personal growth. This is what progress looks like. Okay. That was a professional gaming sound that you just heard. That's what focus and concentration sounds like. The thing I love most about my job is how not embarrassing it is. Bam! Flawless victory. Feeling pretty okay about that, actually. That helps. My confidence was shaken. Now it is somewhat a little tiny bit restored. I know that frontline shield was higher level than our current cudgel, but I really like the cudgel. I think the cudgel's a great and powerful shield. One of the mightiest of all shields, in fact. Guess what? Bam! Oh, damn it. You don't even have time to break your attack animation and walk away. Elite energy line nonsense. It always sucks. No. Absolutely not. Okay, so we're going into the other half of the level with a combo of 1, which is not the best combo that we've ever... Wow! He actually physically shoved me into the spikes. I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen. Well, the good news is the spikes don't malaise. I guess, if you really want to find a silver lining, there it is. Yeah, that's wild. He actually just moved me over with his body. This video game doesn't have physics. How does such a thing even occur? Oh, I didn't mean to roll that far. I need you assholes to stop teleporting when it would be inconvenient to me. Only teleport at the other kind of time. I just ate it before I even looked. I was like, oh good, food. I need food. But you know what? Honestly, that might not have been a bad situation for a malaised food, though. Our malaise was relatively low, and our health was relatively low. We're gonna end up flasking on this run a little bit earlier than I would like, and then we're gonna buy a flask charge in the ossuary, and it's all gonna be fine. None of this stuff is standing up to the majesty of a door that I can throw at people. I think that the emergency door is a really great example of, like, the magic, the sort of, like, flavor level magic that you can get out of mechanics-driven design. Because you probably would not decide to make just make an item that is a fun door. That's probably not an idea that you would have. But if you're thinking about the game in terms of mechanics, it's like, what's a sort of a unique mechanical thing that our game does? What's a valuable status effect? My guess is they came to the design of the emergency door from a mechanical, approaching it from a mechanical angle. What we might call a bottom-up design. I think that's right. Do I have that backwards? Top-down is flavor influenced, bottom-up is mechanical influence. Hey, that worked out pretty well, even though it was extremely clumsy. Ah. That little dude tried to Mario stomp me. Terrifying. They're actually coming up with new tactics. They're thinking on their own. I don't like it. I missed. I just didn't hit the hole. Okay, can I loop around on that guy from the top yet? That's what we'll do. Is that 23 enemies? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's gonna be close for sure. I may have just made too many errors for us to get that combo door, which is a shame. Because it's like, combo doors are pretty valuable on this difficulty. The items within are of a very, very fine level. I don't know what my esophagus is doing right now. It is rebelling. We spent too much damn time talking last week. You are not going to do this to me again. Because my esophagus does not understand how capitalism works. That could have been real bad. I panicked. I saw the little mushroom guy animating, and I was like, "Oh God, he's gonna run at me." And if I had jumped just a little tiny bit higher, that could have been real bad. All right, break the ice with a root. There you go. That's the safe way to do that thing. Okay, there are enough enemies. If I do this without taking damage, there are in fact enough enemies. There's one right over here, and it is a bat. That's easy enough. Okay, we still narrowly managed to make the combo. It turns out my play is just good enough to overcome the the badness of all of my play some of the time. So I've got myself into a little bit of a situation. I've told part of this story before, and I apologize. I do not remember where and when I tell stories. I've definitely talked about my mom and movies recently, but I don't remember on which series, so my bad if this is the 16th time I've told the intro to this on this series. But my mom and I were talking about movies a couple of months ago, and she got kind of frustrated with me. She was like... She said something to the effect of, you know, it seems like you, SB, my dear, brilliant, wonderful son. She always talks that way. I don't know. I don't know why. It's definitely a real verifiable thing that happens. It seems like you, SB, my brilliant and wonderful son, you just get more out of movies than I do, and I don't like it. I feel like I'm missing stuff, and because you have given me this negative feeling, it is your responsibility to fix it. So over the last couple of months... Ooh. Sorry, Door. I think your time is up. Then the wolf trap synergizes really well with our bow, and I do love you, though. I do love you so much. So over the last few months, we've been watching like one movie a week, and then having a discussion. Basically, I'm trying to teach her, you know, close reading and media literacy, without any formal training and teaching myself. It's just sort of a pedagogical method that is developed largely on the fly. I do not think we are in a place where we need to take alienation. I think we're going to be okay without it. And a lot of these discussions have been really good and productive. And you know, she's at the point now where she was only engaging with films on the topmost, like most literal plot layer. She had no idea. The first time I asked her, like, okay, so what would you say are, like, some of the major themes of this movie? She asked me to explain what I meant by the word theme. To give you some idea of where we were when we started. She did not have any idea of, like, allegory or metaphor, or literary devices, or visual language, or... So, it took some doing. But we're at a point now where she is getting stuff in a way that she did not before, and she seems really pleased with it. And I mentioned... We've been trying to, like, expand her film vocabulary. She's very, she has tended to watch the same kinds of movies a lot throughout her life. Oh, wow, apparently the root is enough to just kill many normal kinds of enemies. We don't even need the other stuff. But one big blind spot for her has been horror movies, because she is like me, or she does not like to be... She is easily startled, and she does not like to be startled, which locks off a fair number of kinds of horror movies, and especially a lot of modern horror movies are very like man jumps out and says boo kind of movies, which suck. That's not... Startled is not scared, and it's bad. It's bad. Bad job. Bad work, Scott Derrickson. How dare you? Obviously, he's not the only one, but he is one of the ones. So... We're trying to work through some horror stuff. I'm trying to find some good horror stuff for her to watch, because it turns out I actually really like horror movies, and it took me a really long time to figure that out because... Oh, hey! Awesome! Because I do not like the scary boo-face movies, which are common. So I'm trying to help her over the same hurdle, right? And I was like, well, you know, we could watch... Oh, Cabin in the Woods is good, but I don't think you'll like... I don't know if you're ready for Cabin in the Woods, because you know so little about horror. Cabin in the Woods is sort of like a meta commentary on horror movies, and she's not familiar enough with a lot of the stuff that it's talking about to even get what it's saying. And I said, but maybe we should do something else in that vein. Sort of a horror comedy might be good for you to sort of ease in. And she was like, whoa, horror comedy? And it turns out that not only is she not familiar with any other horror comedies, which I just can barely understand, but she literally doesn't think that such a thing is possible. She said to me, what two things could be more opposite than horror and comedy? I just, you know, if you don't engage with a certain kind of film, I guess you don't necessarily even realize that it exists. Oh, I'm really proud of myself there. What are we looking at here? It looks like I could just drop down and sprint for the exit. I guess there's no reason to do the smash when I could do this, though. Because the smash is going to get me hit by the spikes, I bet. Huh. That is a double flawless, if I'm not mistaken. So she was like, okay, prove it. Show me one of these mythical horror comedies. And we're from Michigan, and also I have a certain sort of, yeah, this is gonna suck. Also, I have a certain kind of taste. So I'm a big fan of Sam Raimi, is what I'm saying. So I was like, okay, I know what we'll do. Evil Dead 2. I'm gonna make my mom watch Evil Dead 2. And I don't know, it seemed like a good idea at the time. I actually watched through it yesterday to sort of prep and start building my lesson plan, and I don't know what I got myself into here. It's gonna be tough to organize a lesson, to organize a unit around Evil Dead 2, I think. And here's another weird thing, and when I say this, you're all gonna think I'm crazy for even attempting the thing I'm attempting here, with this movie in particular. My mom doesn't think stuff is funny. Like, she does... We have on occasion watched a whole comedy movie where she didn't... Not only did she not... Like, when I say she doesn't think stuff is funny, I don't mean, like, she doesn't have a good sense of humor. She doesn't like the same jokes I like. She frequently does not realize that things are jokes. A thing will happen in a movie, and she'll think, oh, that's strange. I'll be laughing, and she'll look over at me and be like, why are you laughing? And I was like, because that was a joke, because the film is performing comedy for us. And she'll be like, oh, I just thought it was a weird thing that was happening. So this is bad. Yeah, that's what I was thinking was gonna happen there. Okay, well, we're gonna flask. That particular elite with that particular elite trait is a real pain. Yeah, it probably would be best. That's gonna kill him just with the damage over time. I keep doing the thing, and then I'm trying to set up for him ahead of time, and then he just teleports to whichever direction I'm not facing. And you can turn around. Ooh, giant whistle. We have not gotten to see the giant whistle yet. It is a lot of dollars, and also, we have problems, but also, I want to see the giant whistle. We'll still be over 20k, and then there's the money from the ossuary. I think we can afford this, and also, fact-finding. So it just does... It spreads oil on enemies, their remains explode. It just does a bunch of damage. What's the cooldown? 20 seconds. Okay, so that's a long one. But, you know, we have a build here where we could Heart of Ice if we want. I will say, one thing that I had kind of forgotten about Evil Dead 2 is how fast it all happens. Like, the plot developments in that movie, you move from one thing to another so quickly. Get him! Okay, that's pretty cool. Why isn't he dead? Well, he was at completely empty health bar, and then I hit him multiple times there. And he just did not, he elected not to die despite having less than 0 health. Okay, so that's, it's probably not the run, but it's probably close to us being out of the run. Having already lost the heart is a pretty bad deal. Victims release a toxic cloud with each hit. This is awesome. I like the balanced blade a lot. And, like, clearly this crossbow thing's not working. Maybe we just do this. I don't know, I'm having some real trouble applying stuff today. What am I doing? That's not how you enemy. I just ran up to him and right-clicked and then left-clicked, because apparently I can't remember that we just switched weapons. That's fun, though. I like that one a lot. Yeah, it's important to have fun. Oh, hey, guy. The cudgel is super good. The cudgel is definitely one of the better shield types. That rules so much. There are hardly words for how much that rules. We haven't invented the words in English that describe the degree of ruling that is doing. Chop, 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 chop. Many chops. Never stop chopping. Never stop punching. It's funny because it's so different from the way green items usually work. I should not have done that the way I did it, and the fact that we did not get punished is a miracle. Yes, produce more bats. The bats I'm fine with. No bombs, just bats. You know, like the Outback Steakhouse always says. You know what our problem in previous builds has been? Too much working alone. Hold on, I want to take them up here where I'll be able to see them. Throw out these things. Ooh, that guy's arms are so long. Everybody's attacks are so long. Despite the fact that they were both trapped, we were still in, like, so much danger there. Help! Thank you, Giant. What a lifesaver. I don't know, guys. I'm not on my A game today, but I'm having a really good time. I don't even want any of this. The ice bow is certainly not bad, but I'm gonna keep my shield. So, do we have to flask again, do you think? I'm gonna, my feeling on this is that we probably cannot afford to flask in terms of long-term resource expenditure. We're going to tough it out. We're just gonna get to the food shop, and that everything's gonna get alright at the food shop. Do we want to take alienation? This is an unusual situation where I'm considering alienation for reasons of health restoration rather than malaise removal, but you know, with our current loadout, curse time is going to be a real scary time. I think the answer on that one is probably no. Let's take that flask thing, maybe? Extended healing's pretty cool. I'm going to take extended healing. What if we just focused even more on defense? And then we let the giant do all of our killing. I'm gonna definitely, you know, Heart of Ice. I should have taken Heart of Ice so that we could have more giant punching. Chop, 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 chop. It is a little bit of a shame that he is pretty. It's hard to predict where he's going to target. It's a little bit of a shame that he's so pretty. Really makes my life difficult in so many different ways. You ever look at a giant and just think, ah, too pretty. Why is that so funny to me? You know, I guess I could have known. I do enjoy a good Monty Python. It's honestly one of my top pythons. Can you believe that this idiot just teleported into the... He had to teleport so far away from us to end up in the trap. I don't think we're taking this because I definitely don't want to lose my trap, and also I definitely don't want to lose my giant whistle. Oh, I'm gonna help. Oh, no, never mind. It was under control. The giant had it. I'm always nervous fighting those guys with a melee weapon. I feel much more confident if we can lock their facing before... Okay, so this is not going to be all that bad. We're going to drop down and kill one of these things, and it's going to create a poison cloud. Oh, and then this guy's going to make it a real nightmare. Yeah, the toxic effect on this sword is so good. This whole... We got a batch of equipment here. Okay, I don't feel too bad about that being the giant's pick. I would have preferred that he take out the shield guy. I think we had the other dude under control, but it's fine. Yeah, I really like this weapon. Like the balanced blade, it's pretty no frills. It's pretty basic. It's sort of the opposite of the door in many ways. That's kind of like the least fun design. But it's a huge testament to the game feel. That this incredibly basic weapon is just like a ton of fun to use. So he's going to teleport down after us, and we're going to bam, bam, bam. We're going to use what the dungeon has given us. We shall not forsake the gifts of this castle. Okay, I don't know that I agree with the giant's targeting priorities there, but whatever. That's the thing about teamwork, you know? If you work with other people, sometimes they're going to make decisions that aren't the decisions you were expecting. But you gotta be flexible and reactive to maintain your effectiveness as a team. And truly, it is teamwork that shall redeem us. Cooperation is cooperation that will redeem us. But I just stopped clicking, is the thing. I was like, I don't like my combo or life. It is interesting that the giant picks one enemy to deal damage to, and then he doesn't do any damage in the area. Like, those two guys were 100% spatially coincident, and still, only one of them actually took damage. Don't get it twisted, I'm not decrying the giant. Your friend and mine, the giant. I'm just saying, it's a different design than literally everything else in the game. Right? Every other weapon sort of hits in a... I guess that's not true. The bows. The bows don't hit everything that is in the area of their impact. There's like a pretty big difference between the melee weapons and the bows in that respect. Oh, interesting. I don't think we're going to take it because I really like our poison sword, but I do think that that is a good weapon in a sort of a broad general sense. Not good enough for me to use or anything. You know, for real though, we got to find that food shop. Need it bad. We do not see the edges of a door anywhere or anything. I still just think it would be a really bad idea to drink from the flask here. I think we cannot afford to do such a thing. Trying to save the giant for, yeah, a situation like this. Exactly. Thanks, game. Thanks for for demonstrating. Because he's a really fun emergency, like, panic button kind of thing. I almost called him an emergency fun panic situation. But that's me. I'm the emergency fun panic situation. Everyone who knows me is always describing me as a real panic situation. I was hoping he would hit the shield boy. He didn't even kill that thing. Well, okay, I do not... Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here's my moment. Just want to make sure that that guy's not going to suddenly turn around on me and make me punch him in the spikes. Both because I do not want to get hit, and because I do not want to lose my combo, and because I do not want him to be able to go, stop hitting yourself. And you know that they always do it. And they think it's funny every time. Ugh, I don't like this area at all. Don't like that either. Or that elite down there. There's a lot of things here to not like. It's good. It's just real good. Okay, let's kill that guy. Trying to make the area a little safer to traverse. I think we should probably be able to just... Yeah. That's no problem. Okay, you're a pretty scary kind of elite. Except... we got this. Sorry, I'm sorry. I know it's... I don't know. I don't know why it's so funny to me. I think I'm going to keep the projectile thing. I think I'm still going to keep the projectile thing. Alright, we should probably try to figure out a solution to this, because there's a hallway back here. Actually, I guess it's not so bad the way they're set up right now. And, you know, we're just gonna... It's very good. It's very satisfying. There's not even a hallway. You know, the wall wasn't 100% drawn in on the map. We hadn't gotten close enough to it. Very frustrating. It's a very sad time. I just need the food shop. It's remarkable that we're still alive. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm not thankful. I just really would... I would love to see that food shop is the thing. Okay, he got me in the, I guess, in the break in the combo. But that's bad. I mean, the situation's not any worse than it was a second ago, I suppose. Oh no, the slimes are gonna... inconvenient. There we go, that's something. I forgot that our shield starts huge fires. Okay. So yeah, there is a break in the sword swings after swing 4, where the combo is restarting, and the little slime guys attack quickly enough to hit you like 100% within the break. So I do have to be a little more careful about that. I also have to find the damn food shop. I probably honestly don't want to be repeater crossbow for the Black Bridge. Because that guy's got a lot of health. We're going to run out of ammo, and then we're going to have to sit there and wait for it to fall back out of him. And did you hear it? Did you hear it go? Did you hear it give me the no, I'm not going to do that noise as we were climbing? Apparently you can't activate items during the actual climbing animation. I had to wait till I was stationary on the wall. So it's the 2-cell door. So the 2-cell door has the food shop. I need it. Need it real bad. And we have all the money. When we get there, it's immediately going to solve a whole bunch of our problems. Buy that watermelon, buy that flask charge. Oh, what did I... Nope, nope, nope. You know what? Help. Please help. Please be my Corbin Dallas. Okay, that almost got bad. And like if we get hit by anything, we're dead. Super dead. Oh, interesting. So first of all, weird that it didn't consider that guy below us to be targetable. But also, if you use it and it doesn't have a target, it just like basically re-cooldowns instantly. Which is nice behavior. That's a good way for that to behave. I do not like the fact that we failed to kill one of those guys in a single hit there. That is deeply terrifying. Alright. 2-cell door. It's going to be up here. It's on this ledge. Obviously, it's on this ledge. It's going to be right over here because it's on this ledge. This is still the ledge. This counts. It could be anywhere. Damn it. Close. Close. I was close. Come back. So we know there's enemies in there for the curse chest. It's a good way to store up some bad guys for later. May as well, right? It is already the case that we die if we get hit, so ordinarily colorless tentacle would be very exciting, but I think I'm going to stick with colorless balanced blade instead. I like it so much. The thing is, I like it so much. We're going to take this real slow. The giant's going to punch a large percentage of these enemies. Sorry, everybody. Just going to be real cautious here. This guy we could take on solo. This guy we might giant. Because the guy above him is going to make the fight awkward otherwise. So we'll giant this dude and then jump up there and cut the other guy apart. Plus, I do like it. I do like to see it happen. Alright, shield guy. It's a little awkward. Let's do this, generate some poison. They're really not taking very much damage from all that poison. Got him. Okay, I was trying to get some of them to walk away. Why not, right? Now, once again, this is already a situation where one of these guys hitting us is lethal, so it's not any more dangerous because we're cursed. Okay, you are definitely getting the giant. Oh wait, was it the one cell? I guess it was the one cell door the whole time. Well, silly me. Okay, so we're still short of hearts, but we're like pretty much back in it in every other way, and then we will come back and buy that cough syrup later. Yeah, we're still down resources, and it's way too early to be down resources. But oh, he did a move. He did a move in a different way than they usually do. Have we ever seen that before, where they dash behind me instead of right up to me? I feel like they usually just go to right in front of you. Alright, so we're gonna have to have a chat with this guy, and by we I mean me and my friend, the giant. Stop doing that. I don't like it. Ooh, look at how secure we're feeling all of a sudden. Yeah, man, the difference in the distribution of your multi-stat scrolls must make such a huge variance in your overall power level at the end of the run. Okay, good time for instinct. So, scroll back there, we definitely gotta go get that. This is on the way to the exit anyway. Well, an exit, I guess we don't know which. Oh no, that's right, we're in the ossuary. There is only one exit. Well, let's go get the teleporter down here, and then we'll figure stuff out. Oh, I hate that. I hate this guy. Why did I do that? This guy, he's never going to walk into those. No, no, stop hitting me. Well, he eventually walked into those. Well, we weren't going to get our we weren't going to get anywhere near combo level anyway, so whatever, it's fine. We managed to heal off, I think, all of the damage from just hitting him with a sword. It's still a little funny. Alright, this one. Damn it, can't select. There it is. Why is that so hard? Okay. I am, in fact, in the right place. I thought there was a significant chance that I wasn't, because, you know, me. Because, you know, me and remembering where I'm going. And see, look at me learning. Look at me remembering to roll instead of finishing the combo. It's happening. Can he recover from sort of an ignominious failure at the start? All signs point to perhaps. Maybe, not impossible. There is a shop here, but I don't think we're even going to look at it. I think I'm confident with these weapons against the bridge boss, and I don't think I want to spend any money. You gotta start saving up for that big cavern shopping spree we're going to go on. So we are nowhere near the time door, post Black Bridge, and I'd be lying if I said I felt confident about the no-hit. Do we want to change things up here? Nah, probably not. Well, I suppose maybe the answer is Heart of Ice over Flask. The Flask thing's cool, but yeah, it's probably Heart of Ice so that we can giant more often. Like, haha, fun jokes, but also it is like it's very effective. It really just kills the hell out of enemies. So Heart of Ice because we're striking lots of rooted enemies, and then I think I still like Disengagement. It'll do. I'm having a good time. I'm glad we're all here, hanging out and playing Dead Cells and having a good time. I hope you guys are having a good time too. What in the hell am I going to say to my mom about Evil Dead 2? I'm going to try to pretend that I know anything at all about movies. It's less impressive on this guy. Can't. There we go. I'm mashing the hell out of the button. You can probably hear that the absolutely not noise playing periodically. Oh, don't stand in that. That's the thing you shouldn't stand in. Yo, Heart of Ice is awesome, actually, though. It really does totally rule. Oh, I did that while he was turning invincible. So, less than perfect. And it turns out we get the no-hit. Teamwork makes the dream work. Incontrovertible, undeniable. Some might even say, beyond reproach. That's a guitar. Here's the thing. We're going to play with the guitar for a second. Is that on my... That is on my scrolls. The emergency door wants back into our lives so badly. Inflicts critical hits if you strike at the right time. Yeah. So it says... Hold on. It says the last hit repeats indefinitely if you keep the tempo going. Let's play with it. I don't actually know when we're supposed to be hitting it. I'm getting a little repetition. I think it's like there's a big flash, right? Where the like at the beginning of that circle emerging from the hit. I'm assuming that's the timing. Yeah, okay. Neat. That's a neat weapon, 12,000 DPS on the crits. Yo, but it's like got 12,000 DPS on the crits, though. The thing is, it's slow, and I'm bad, and this weapon has Poison Cloud. Sorry, Rhythm and Bouzouki. It's supposed to be like a rhythm and blues joke, I assume? If it was a poison guitar, maybe we would be El Kabonging our way through the next biome. What's happening? No. Come on. Get out of here with that. What are you doing? Alright, more. I wonder if we're gonna actually beat the Hand of the King before we cap that out. I feel like we're on the edge of it, is the thing. Like, I feel like we're doing well enough that it's just going to require one run that goes slightly better than what I feel our average level of play is for it to happen. Because, right, we've gotten to the Hand of the King, like, 2 or 3 times in the last week. And, like, you can see the progress trend line going generally upward. Obviously, with some skips and hiccups and backslides here and there, but that's just how it goes. I didn't really want to awaken all of the enemies. Oh god. Oh god! Stop, please. I just want to climb. I just want to climb. Get a second here to figure out what's going on. Okay. Not a great start. Not my favorite of the starts that we've ever had. Okay, that's probably a fair estimation. Must you teleport out of the traps? I mean... Oh, the tactics on this dude. You just stand in the poison cloud for a second. Those are your new tactics. I'll show you some tactics. Oh, real early roll. Didn't suffer for it, but could have been bad. Bam. There we go. Remember that shield? Remember that shield that I sometimes use? Yes, right? Now it's like the optimal time. This is maybe the optimal time. I do like Green Fire Blast. That's a lot of fun. We're not taking it. I think, honestly, it has grown on me. The fact that this Cursed Chest route gets us so many colorless items, and we get the chance to make so many fun combinations that you wouldn't be able to make on most runs, is really It's a thing I really enjoy about the route we take now. High-level giant killer is a consideration for the future. Okay. We can probably get this guy without having to worry about any of the... We could probably get this... Okay. You know? That's pretty embarrassing. That's a bad one. That's a bad way to go. I am, right now, you can hear it. You can hear it happening. I want us all to just sit with this and like take a moment. You can hear that I am trying not to beat myself up. That's exactly the kind of thing where I would get super frustrated with myself. My natural instinct is to get super frustrated with myself and beat myself up about it like all day. For real, I would not let that go. I would just keep internally just keep bashing myself about it. I'm letting it go. That was a dumb, bad mistake, and it's the kind of mistake we cannot afford to make on the run where we win. But it ain't the end of the world. It's fine. Here's the thing about it. I'm moving on. That's all we got for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we're gonna try again. I'm gonna force green again if we can. I really want to get to the giant with a majority green build and see how good the health pool is. And we're gonna do it. And we'll see you then.